Good morning. Welcome to Hiram Hikes. I'm Hiram. I'm at Partnership Shelter. Nice fire ring out front with a couple of seats. It's a nice shelter. It's a 2-deck shelter. Something for a window upstairs. It's right near the Mount Rogers Visitor Center. So there's running water. There is a privy here, so it's nice. There's a dumpster as you walk out. Probably show that on the way out. The shelter was pretty full last night. Not real. I think it's 6 supposed to be lower, and there were 5 of us. Upper, I think it was 5 as well. Again, I think it's a 12-person shelter that, you know, you've seen crowded to more than that at times. Nice picnic table under cover out front. It was a really warm night last night. Had a hard time not being too hot. Didn't wear my long pants to bed or anything, and I was out in and out from under the cover quite a bit during the night. So it was a different experiment. Did some quite a lot of talking with the people here. I'm getting going a little bit later than I like to. Came across Tie-Dye and Sunflower, her daughter. I met with them. Sunflower actually does a journal, and she was able to go back and look at when we met last. It was at Sassafras Shelter. They were there during the day. She was doing schoolwork when I went by midday just to go down and check it out in video. They and I are the only ones left. We've been talking. I've been talking way too much. There's a shocker. Getting ready to get out of here. Don't really know where I'm going other than I'm heading north. There's a school, historic school, that should go by today. And I'll actually be passing pretty close to where my car is today. Don't intend to go down to it, though. I want to get some more miles in. About 15 yesterday with an 8:30 start. So hopefully I can do as well today because I'm not starting much sooner. It's just after 8 right now. So headed north. Hope you are having a wonderful day. So this is the Mount Rogers Recreation Area Visitor Center. Right there. Just about there, just to the right of those cars, there's a water spigot where you can get fresh water. The dumpster is in the back corner of the parking lot, like right over there. And this road goes back to where the shelter is. Can kind of see it through the trees, kind of not. Privy back there as well. There are bathrooms here at the visitor center, but they're a 9 to 5 kind of thing, so typically not going to be open during the hours that hikers are around. If you look just to the left of the driveway there's a white blaze on that post. So I'm going that way. One thing I was told is if you cross the road, go up on that little hill on the other side, and you have Verizon, you can get 3 bars. Other than that, there's no phone service in this area. Best of my knowledge, there's no AT&T phone service anywhere in this immediate area. It's been pretty good on the trail compared to Verizon, but here, Verizon on top of that little hill on the other side of the road, supposedly a bunch of the guys figured it out and went over there last night and made some phone calls. So I am headed north. Hope you are having a wonderful day. When I say the trail's been a narrow, rocky ridgeline, it's been hard going, this is kind of what I'm talking about. It's been going on this way for quite a while. Not huge ups and not huge downs, but it's just very rocky, very hard walking. So not making the time, you know, still making headway, but not going as fast as I would have thought looking at the ups and downs on the map. That's how it can be really confusing sometimes when you look at it and trying to predict what you're going to do. This is pretty flat going, but it's pretty slow going too. About 2 hours into my hiking day, about 10:30, not quite, and 2.6 miles, kind of slow, but making headway. Hasn't all been rock, some of it's been roots. This is up and north. 4 point something, there's a shelter, which I will stop at if it's on the trail. And then a bunch after that, don't have a solid plan. Continuing north. Hasn't started to rain, but I think it's going to. So, headed north. I'm up. I think this is my last long up of the day. 4.4 miles in, about 4 hours hiked. I took a pretty good break up on one of the ridge lines to make a phone call. Actually make several because it was hard to get through and connect. I got a hostel scheduled for tonight. It's still 7 miles away, so I get some hiking to do. A couple other interesting stops between here and there. Plus, I may have to get water before that. I don't know if I can make it or not. We'll see. And I met a Sobo flip-flopper who was started at Harper's Ferry. He'll go to Amicalola, go back to Harper's Ferry, and then hike north from there. Pink Hot Dog said he and his wife did a no-bow last year. So this year he's doing a flip-flop. He's by himself. It's the only hiker I've seen on the trail today. Haven't had a lot of views today. This is kind of to the north, a little bit to the northwest. I think this is the high point of the day. Elevation is around 4,100. Coming around back to the east. So we've been able to all day see kind of like the parallel ridge line as we were walking along the ridge. Just came up that way. Getting ready to head down. Haven't been many viewpoints today. This is one of them. Sign says view of Walker Mountain. I don't know where Walker Mountain is. It's a view. I just got water. This is the trail. Yeah. Just got water. You can see someone had put a leaf in there and they put a rock on it to hold it in place to give you a nice place to collect water. Just a one secret, one important thing if you're trying to collect water from something like this is don't touch it. Don't touch the leaf, or if it's a pipe, you don't want to even touch the pipe because, a lot of times, there's a little bit of sediment and stuff flowing through the river, but it's all gotten washed to nice and clear as it's going to get. So anytime you disturb it, you're more likely to not get as good of water. So anyway, just filled up. I got about probably 1.5 liters here. Maybe a little bit more because I probably drank close to half a liter. So like always, I'm running a little late in the afternoon. Chatfield Memorial Shelter. Only 7 miles from Partnership Shelter. Seems like more than that. Fire pit. Picnic table. I know there's a privy. I think it's right over there. The trail is right here. Sorry, I probably went a little quick. And I just hopped over a stream to get here. Right back there. There's even a pipe there for collecting water. So, okay shelter. Deck looks a little rough, but serviceable. Right off the trail. I don't know. Probably designed to hold... Jesus, I don't know. 10 maybe? 8 or 10 anyway? Is their intent? That'd be tight, of course. Just the one level. I gotta head north. I'm gonna butcher this. But they have the Lindemute schoolhouse. One room schoolhouse is right there. Right on the road. I'm standing on the AT right now. You can see where the AT crosses and goes down that way. They have a settlers museum. Is this building right next door? I don't think it's open. I wouldn't have the time anyway. I'm kind of running along, but I'm going to go over to go in the schoolhouse and talk a little bit more about that. Oh, there's a sign here that talks about trail magic. It says at the old schoolhouse, courtesy of West End United Methodist Church. So here's the schoolhouse. Got a little logbook. I signed in. Wood stove in the middle. Some chairs. Desks, whatever. They have a hiker box here with some hiker stuff in it. Absolutely nothing that I need. There's a trail magic box. Usually would have candy or food or something like that in there, or snacks. There's 2 Ziploc bags of dog food in there, and that's it. So my timing probably couldn't have been worse. So got no trail magic. That's okay. Got enough stuff. I'm heading on to the hostel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Trail goes right there across the field and up into the woods. Up the hill, I'm sure. So I am obviously not outrunning spring. There is green stuff and flowers popping up everywhere. Yeehaw. And there's bugs. Headed north, another couple miles to go. Getting near the end of the day, I just thought this was a nice spot. So right behind me, there's down a hill. There's railroad tracks. I just climbed up the hill, of course. It's kind of a high spot around here. You can see the highway over there with the trucks on it is I-81. There's a local road between here and there. Runs kind of parallel with it. Yeah, a lot of really nice fields and farms and whatnot. Little valley area along here. And of course, you see the mountain ridge over on the other side. And then if I turn all the way around, so I just come, that's southbound if you see the white blaze on the tree. Just earlier, sprinkled a little and then turned to rain and then turned to a downpour. And I got out my raincoat, and by the time I got it on and my pack back on again, it had stopped. And within 5 minutes I was like a turkey in a roaster bag, so I stopped again and took it back off again. You can see if you look up, there's a few dark clouds wandering around with that potential. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So my hostel tonight is called Long Neck LAIR. It's an alpaca farm and hostel. That's where I'm headed. So one of the pluses of staying at, oh I'm sorry, one of the pluses of staying at Long Neck LAIR is the company you get to keep. These guys like company. So they let us come out and meet them. Some of them are very, very friendly. This is all girls on this side and boys watching from that side. They also have chickens and cats and Angora goats, and it's an interesting place. The chickens kind of come running when you come out. I think they think you got something for them. And they've got alpaca goats up here. Quite a crowd of chickens. She had a big bowl of eggs earlier. I think she's probably got more than she knows what to do with, is the basics of that. Look at this crowd coming. They're like, hey, what do you got? I'm gonna go do my laundry.